The atmosphere on the Galactic Sovereignty Station was unlike anything seen before. 25 diplomats from 15 different species stood at the edge of their seats, their collective breath held as they watched the scene unfold below. Through the fortified glass, they saw ZARA, the human envoy, kneeling cautiously near a group of SKRIVAR cubs, her movements measured and deliberate. The SKRIVAR were towering predators from the jagged planet of Russia. As adults, they stood over 10 feet tall, boasting claws capable of slicing through starship hulls and jaws that could crush metal. The cubs, though smaller, were just as formidable. At only 4 months old, they were already twice the size of any Earth lion, their muscles rippling with raw power and their eyes burning with instinct. "She's insane," muttered Ambassador Jolton, his forearms trembling. "Those cubs are bred for war." Commander Thrax, the station's head of security, a massive Everon with 6 armored arms, nodded in agreement. "Last cycle, 3 handlers were hospitalized, 1 lost both legs, the others are still in recovery. ZARA insists on taking this risk." ZARA had argued that for humanity to earn a place on the Galactic Council, they had to demonstrate their courage and adaptability. It meant earning the respect of creatures like the SKRIVAR, whose warrior culture demanded acknowledgement of strength over diplomacy in the observation chamber. ZARA extended her hand toward the smallest cub, a brindled gray creature she had named Thorax. He was the runt, often shoved away by his siblings during mealtime. His emerald eyes locked on Dra's hand as she approached. "Steady, little one," ZARA whispered, her voice soft but unwavering. "I won't hurt you." Thorax bared his teeth, a deep rumble building in his chest, the sound that would have sent most species fleeing in terror. Several delegates stepped back instinctively, but ZARA didn't flinch. She kept her hand outstretched, open and relaxed. "She's crazy," hissed Dr. Vallis, the plasmarian biologist, his translucent tentacles twitching nervously. "That posture, she's presenting herself as prey. He'll attack." But Thorax didn't attack. He crept forward slowly, one massive paw after another. His nostrils flared, scenting the air. He paused, and then, like lightning, lunged, sinking his teeth into ZARA's sleeve. Instant chaos erupted in the observation room. "Security, deploy," Commander Thrax ordered, his voice booming over the CUB dot. "But drive lane." The second human delegate raised his hand in a calm, measured gesture. "Wait, look." Everyone froze, eyes returning to the glass. ZARA hadn't screamed. She hadn't jerked her arm away. Instead, she tugged back, not with force, but with a playful resistance, smiling broadly as the cub clung to her sleeve. She made a noise across between a laugh and a low growl, one that baffled the translation system. "What is this?" whispered Ambassador Jolton, his multiple eyes wide with confusion. "She's playing, Doctor," Lane explained, a smile creeping onto his face. "This is how humans engage with predator species back on Earth. With cats, wolves play fighting teaches social boundaries. Zara's showing Thorax that she's not prey, but neither is she a threat. She's a partner." Below, Thorax yanked harder, his tail lashing with excitement. ZARA let herself be pulled off balance, then gently resisted again, her grin widening. The other cubs, noticing the shift in their siblings' behavior, padded cautiously toward ZARA. Soon, the chamber was filled with the sounds of cubs growling and tumbling over each other. "All trying to grab a piece of ZARA's gear?" ZARA laughed, the joy in her voice radiating across the intercom. And with a swift move, she switched to a new cub, initiating a playful tug-of-war. The cubs growled more playfully now, their earlier aggression forgotten as they joined in the fun. "Impossible," Commander Thrax muttered, his voice full of disbelief. "These cubs nearly killed 2 handlers, and now they're playing with her." "Not impossible," came the low, gravelly voice of Matriarch ZARA, the SKRIVAR matriarch who had remained quiet until now. "Effective. Watch her movements. She knows exactly how to acknowledge their strength without showing fear." ZARA retrieved a length of rope from her gear and dragged it across the floor, a clear challenge. The cubs, suddenly alert, pounced on the rope in a flurry of claws and excitement. They tumbled over one another, their growls now playful and filled with the energy of youth learning to hunt. "How long has she studied SKRIVAR behavior?" Matriarch ZARA asked, her tone one of reluctant respect. "Not long, Doctor," Lane answered. "ZARA specializes in Earth's mammals, but she's worked with wolves, lions, and other apex predators. She's applying what she knows to these cubs." The room fell silent. "You're telling me she learned this from your Earth's predators?" ZARA asked, her voice now soft with awe. "Yes, Doctor." Lane nodded. "Humans have a history of coexisting with apex predators. We've learned to communicate, form bonds, even partnership." Back in the chamber, Thorax had collapsed on his back, panting after the game. ZARA knelt beside him, gently scratching his belly, a gesture that would have resulted in a vicious attack from any other species. But Thorax yawned, his massive jaws stretching, closed his eyes in contentment. In the observation room, Rakazira made a sound, half a laugh, half a growl of approval. "She's done what our handlers could not achieve in 3 months. She's earned the cub's trust." ZARA turned to the other delegates, her voice filled with respect. "Any species that can turn warriors into playmates is either foolish enough to not fear or dangerous enough to not oppose. I believe it is the latter." Commander Thrax deactivated the emergency protocols. Dr. Valis uncurled his tentacles, his shock giving way to admiration. The tension in the observation room dissolved, replaced by a deep respect for ZARA and humanity. Below, ZARA looked up at the observation window, a small smile on her face. Thorax, still relaxed, clung contentedly to her sleeve. The message was clear. Humanity had arrived among the stars, and with them came a gift no other species could claim the ability: to coexist with the fiercest predators and turn them into companions. The galaxy, whether it knew it or not, had just witnessed something truly unprecedented. Asterisk, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Join the adventure with Neon Cub Tales. Smash that bell icon for more epic stories from Neon Cub Tales.